Hello all. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I wanted to sit here and take a few minutes and give you some thoughts and understandings here, some stuff that's my granddaughter in the background. I want to bring up a subject that I was thinking about, and as many of you know, that I'm not here to lead or to give dogma or religion or whatever. I just give my thoughts of things and things that I go through. And in my journey, I've been through a lot of places within Christianity of learning about different Christianities, and within Judaism, learning about different strands of Judaism that are out there, even from the ancient, eclectic. I'm sorry, from the Dead Sea Scroll community, from all of that, even within Islam, going back, me finding my own ties between the Ebionites, maybe with Islam, some of the ties within that I believe that are there, even within paganism, going back finding the paganism within Judaism, within Christianity. And here again, I'm not saying any of these things are wrong. I'm not here in any way, saying what's right and what's wrong. I'm just here saying, in my journey, I have searched through all this. And one bit of advice I can give you is with the ego. For instance, when I was within Judaism, more of a messianic maybe type Judaism, and I discovered that the Essenes did what we call the solar calendar and stuff like that. I did a headlong deep dive into the solar calendar. And I would go through ancient books and stuff like that, searching for hints that, of the solar calendar, because my ego was so determined to find that truth that's what I would go through other books and I would find. Was it right? No. When you look at the calendar, you realize that the solar calendar, they done it and everything, and I'm not saying it's bad or good, but with the 365-day year, it doesn't work, and you still have to adjust the calendar because there's just not a perfect calendar with the days. Especially I think it's 365 and a quarter or something like that, you're going to have to make your calendar fit this situation. The lunar solar is probably the best as far as keeping the adjustments and everything, but I'm not here to talk about calendars. I could care less. But even like stuff when you start finding out, Christianity, like Orthodox Christianity and Catholicism, you see that these two strands were the first two. And you find out how much important tradition and stuff like that was with the early church. That's why you have the icons and stuff like that going on, is because these were ways that they taught the gospel. But if whatever you're looking for, your ego will find it. And I'm afraid that the only way you're going to really find find truth or find peace within your mind is you're going to have to let the ego rest. Because my friend Neo, he reads a lot of books and stuff like that, and he's looking for light in the darkness, and he does find it for himself. But in turn, that's what you're going to find. If you're looking for certain things, you're going to find that. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that necessarily I was right when I was looking for the solar calendar for these things, because my ego was finding it, and it was building my ego, and I thought I was right, but in the end, I wasn't. So really, you're going to have to take time of meditation. Put down the books. Not permanently. Books can be okay. Put down the books. Get within yourself, inside of you, and just take time of thinking, meditation, going over things within your mind, and being where you're at now. To me, the biggest mistake that I see, and the reason why I see modern religions working like Judaism and Christianity and stuff, is because a modern Jewish person doesn't care about the past. I mean, they're in the now, doing what Judaism does now, and they find their peace within that. Christianity too. Most modern Protestant Christianity doesn't even go back 500 years. It's all new. I know they wouldn't want to hear that, but it's all pretty much new within the last 50 to 150 years. Everything before that was more of the older traditions. So if you are, I used to say all the time, I want to be that Christian in the book of Acts, and stuff like that. You're not. Forget it. First of all, we don't even know if it happens. Second of all, you need to be where you are now and learn the truths that you are now. And maybe it's an agnostic sitting back examining if there even is a God. Or if there is, you don't deny it, but yet at the same time you're not pursuing it. You're putting life first. And sometimes when you put life first, you find what you're looking for. So stop trying to go back and find, Judaism within the first century and Islam within, 700 years ago and all this stuff. Because if you find it, you're not going to have a community in the first place to even share it with. And that's the thing about paganism also, is they're all back into dressing up like Vikings and things. And that's, here again, I'm not saying it's wrong. Do what you want to do. I don't care what you want to do. But what does that help you now? What does it help you now in getting through daily life as we see life's getting harder and harder? What does it help you now? So in your search, in your journey, as you're growing through whatever you're growing through, and here again, I'm not saying anything's wrong. If you're happy within Judaism or happy with one of the major religions, please stay there. Because I can tell you something, when you get off the road and you start seeking, it's a painful journey at times. There's not a lot of joy, but that's what, unfortunately, seekers go through. So stop worrying about history. Stop worrying about going back to the original, because you're not going to find the original. You're not going to find anything original. When I was in Israel back in 2004, every place we went to that they showed us, they said, well, this is where we think Jesus did this, or this is one of the places Jesus was crucified. And it was never no definitive anything. It was always we think, because they don't know. We don't know history. We just don't know. And plus, we've been lied to so much, it's hard to know what's true and what's not true. So my advice is, if you're on this journey with me, if you're not, do what you do. I'm not trying to change your mind, but sit back, enjoy life, enjoy nature, enjoy family, enjoy things like that, and maybe the divine will find you. Because as I tell people all the time, if God's message within the Torah and stuff like that is so important, why has he not spoken in 2,000 years? Why have we not heard from God from anything? And I know people will say, well, I hear him through nature, or I hear voices. Well, that's you. But that doesn't change the fact that nobody else has heard it. And the thing of that nature is we have to be a point to where we can observe and be a part of, and not depend upon hearing and things of that nature. So, wherever you're at in your walk and your journey, sit back, relax, meditate, enjoy the life around you. The divine's there, I guess. And if he wants to make himself known to you, he will. I promise you. So, have a good one, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.